we've been having great success at making places safer. We've been having great success at making better places. I think I haven't visited Water Street in 8 years, but I understand it's coming along very nicely. Your listeners may not be aware that Jeff Vinnick brought my team in to create the master plan for that district, which is still only about half done in terms of what we've planned. But, before we started that effort, the area around the convention center, arena, aquarium, and that little festival marketplace down there was, I think, named the second worst parking crater in the U.S. That's a contest that I think Plater-Zyberk has every year around who's got the biggest massive parking lots in an area that could be so much better.
Yeah.
And you had all these social anchors, tremendous social anchors, in one neighborhood, surrounded entirely by ugly surface parking lots. And the Water Street plan, which a number of us worked on in succession, first Urban Design Associates, then my firm with Stantec, and then Elkis Manfredi, which are friends of mine from Boston, they came in, and then a bunch of great architects got involved under the leadership of Jeff Vinnick, who owns the Lightning, who I believe has sold his interest to the other partner, Cascade, which is Microsoft money, who are also involved in our work.
The story goes Jeff Vinnick read your book, Walkable City, right? And was inspired to reach out to you and ask you to help be involved in the project.
Yeah, it was a TED book. So, TED Talks, I guess they have a subscription service that he belonged to. So that's why he had read it. And one day I got a call from his associate in his office and said that it wasn't even an interview. It was like, Jeff would like to hire you to do the master plan for Water Street. And what's really funny is that I was on my way to Siesta Key, and I actually had a lecture somewhere north of there. I forget where. I had a lecture. I think I had to leave my family for a couple days, and I was about to fly commercial, which is the way I almost always fly, to get to my lecture. And Jeff's people were like, "Oh, he's flying up to North Carolina for the Duke game. If you have to go north, why doesn't he give you a ride on his plane?" Oh, and I think he was picking up his son in Boston, and then going back south to the Duke game, the NC Duke game, and so he flew me to Boston and dropped me off.
That worked out perfect.
We had a wonderful conversation the whole way, and that started the project, where we built a team and created the master plan that took big fat one-way streets through that area. You may not know that some of those streets were like 4-lane one-ways, and we turned them into 2-way, narrower streets, and essentially created the block network that it grew into, and just kind of inspired the mix of uses and the idea that it was going to be a complete neighborhood.
If you enjoyed this clip, click here for the full episode and make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.